By 2050, 3 countries will lose nearly a quarter of their entire population. The reason this is happening, and where, will surprise you. This isn't war. It isn't disease. It's the slowest crisis in human history, and most of the developed world is heading into it. Here are the 5 countries shrinking the fastest by 2050, ranked by percent decline. At the top, Japan loses 24% of itself. More than 25 million people gone in a single generation. Bulgaria, Latvia, and Lithuania each lose about 22%. South Korea, 12%, and falling faster than any developed nation. But these countries are shrinking for completely different reasons. There are 2 distinct paths to demographic collapse, and only one of them is preventable. Path 1 is East Asia. Japan and South Korea face the lowest birth rates ever recorded in peacetime. South Korea sits at 0.75 children per woman, less than half the rate needed to maintain population. The drivers are stacked. Housing costs in Seoul rival Manhattan. Work culture demands 80-hour weeks, and childcare expenses make children economically irrational for entire generations. Path 2 is Eastern Europe. Bulgaria and the Baltic states lose people not to falling births alone, but to a massive exodus toward Western Europe after joining the EU. Latvia's working-age population dropped 15% in 2 decades. Most of it moved to London, Berlin, and Stockholm, chasing higher wages that home couldn't offer. But the biggest story isn't on the top 5 list. By 2050, China will lose 150 million people. That's bigger than the entire current population of Japan, vanishing in a single generation. The cause is generational. The one-child policy officially ended in 2015, but its demographic shadow now hits Chinese society for the next 60 years. Even if every Chinese family had 3 children starting today, the country's labor force will still shrink for at least 2 decades. The math is already locked in. Shrinking populations mean labor shortages, pension crises, and economies that grow purely from productivity gains, not new workers entering. Japan is the laboratory the rest of the world will watch. Decades of stagnant wages, shuttered schools, and rural villages vanishing aren't a Japanese problem anymore. They're a preview. By 2050, more than 30 countries will have aging populations larger than their working populations. That has never happened before in human history. The shrinking century has begun. Next week, the year Earth's population finally stops growing, and what happens after. Subscribe so you don't miss it.